Hey guys, Sub5 here, and I'm actually recording this after I've already made the commentary, but I just want to make a quick note about the commentary. In the commentary, I say the MSBS should be nerfed. I know I'm using the MSBS in this gameplay, but it's actually some older gameplay, and I was still using the MSBS. I've pretty much stopped using this gun completely, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and bye. Hey guys, what's up, Sub5 here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my problems with Ghost. The gameplay you guys are watching, I think it's going to be MSBS gameplay on Stonehaven. But this commentary isn't going to be about the gameplay at all. It's going to be more about my opinions on Ghost and some problems I think they have and some problems that I think they really need to fix. And in this episode, I'm really just going to be talking about the guns in general. So yeah, let me get started with it. By the way, in this video, I'm not going to be really covering. I'm just going to be covering ARs and SMGs. I'm not going to be covering LMGs, snipers, DMRs, shotguns, and handguns. I don't know why they put them as DMRs. They're just marksman rifles. But yeah, let me get started with it. I think everyone knows that this game is very, very AR dominant, and in my opinion, much too much AR dominant. I think it's really quite ridiculous how AR dominant the guns are, and obviously the MSBS is a really big problem. I can't even like see how they even did this, like how they screwed up making a 3-round burst gun that kills in 2 shots. Again, I mean, like, if you look at the stats, it's very, very similar to the Type 25 and, not Type 25, Type 95 from Modern Warfare 3. And it's just like they have to patch that like really soon. It's extremely overpowered. I actually have some suggestions for how they could patch the MSBS in particular. Um, it's basically a 2-shot kill until like 22 meters, which is quite a distance in Call of Duty. I mean, most SMGs are down to their minimum damage at that range. So, yeah, the 2-shot kill range is just ridiculous. So, I think they could patch the damage down to being a 3-shot kill at most ranges. I think they should keep the general. I think the range should still be good, but I think they should definitely patch the damage close range. Make it like a 3-shot to kill, or maybe a 2-shot to kill at very, very close range, and then a 3-shot to kill at longer ranges. But yeah, in general, the MSBS has to be patched. They could make the burst delay, the time in between bursts. So, like, if you're using a burst weapon, if you shoot it once, there's a delay in between the last bullet in your burst and the next bullet you can shoot. So you can't just spam the trigger really, really quickly. They could patch that. I think that would also be a good idea. Maybe if you miss your first burst, it's a really big punishment, and you can't really fire another burst for a longer amount of time. That would at least make it so if you miss your first burst, or if you only get hit markers with your first burst, it's going to be a while before you can get your next shot off, and enough time for the people to hide or whatever. And it's not like you can really spam this thing too fast. Yeah, but they need to do something about that for sure. Yeah, but that's pretty much that. And then for in general ARs, as I said before, ARs are very dominant in this game, and I think they really should fix that. I feel like one of the reasons Black Ops 2 is so successful competitively was the ARs and the SMGs were very, very balanced. If you look at an MSMC versus an M8, it was usually a pretty balanced fight. It was a pretty cool thing at close range. You'd probably have a hard time beating an MSBS close range if you had an M8, but then again, you still had a chance, and then the other way around, if it's long range engagement, you could try to beat them with SMG long range, but usually the ARs are going to be very dominant at long range. This is in Black Ops 2. But they really need to do. I feel like they need to not patch, nerf the ARs, which basically means make them worse, and buff the SMGs, which means make them better. and I think they need to do this soon. I feel like the SMGs are very, very underpowered. By the way, if you want to see all these stats, I'll link the website on in the description, so you can go check them out, and it shows all their stats, very in depth in my opinion, and yeah, so I feel like they really need to buff the SMG's range and damage and rate of fire and all that stuff, and they really need to nerf the AR's rate of fire, all those things, because I'll give you an example. If you look at the AK-12 and you compare it to one of the better SMGs, like let's say the Bison or the Vector or the VEPR or the MTAR, all of those, pretty much the AK-12 can beat most of those close range. I mean the SMGs are better close range, but not by enough. I'll give you guys some stats right now. So the AK-12 shoots at 690 rounds per minute, and the MTAR shoots at 810. The AK-12 is 49 points of damage close range, which is pretty much a 3-shot to kill unless they're slightly hurt, which makes it a 2-shot to kill. And the MTAR is 40 points of damage, very, very close range. So basically, if the MTAR misses one bullet and the AK-12 hits all its bullets, then the AK-12 is going to win. Or even if the MTAR misses one more bullet than the AK-12, the AK-12 is going to win, because there's not a big enough difference in between the two. And if you look at Black Ops 2 stats, you can see that the MSMC also did 40 points of damage close range, but the M8, which was the primary competitive AR, did something like 33 or 35, and it made it pretty balanced. It made it very well played. It made it very good and pretty balanced. So I feel like they really need to do something about that. I think, considering how big the maps are in this game, they need to really give the SMGs a range buff too. Because if you look at the range of some of these guns, like, I'll give you an example again from the MTAR. It's about 20 meters, a little less than 20 meters, about 17 meters range for the 40 damage, and then it drops pretty quickly to 25 at 20 meters. So it does 25 points of damage, which is a 4-shot kill at after 20 meters, and then it just sticks like that infinitely. So yeah, I really think they should do a range buff. The AK-12 has that 49 points of damage until 25, I would say, meters, and then it slowly slopes down, and then it hits 4 shots to kill at 40 meters, which makes it much better than the MTAR-X. It gives it a 3-shot to kill and a 2-shot to kill. A 3-shot to kill range, much longer than the MTAR-X's. And they really need to buff the SMGs and make the ARs worse. Ways they could do this is they could just up the SMG rate of fire. I think that would be good. If they maybe up the SMG's rate of fire by 10% and then buff their range another 20 or 30%, and then for ARs they maybe they could keep them the same at that point and SMGs would still be a little bit worse, or maybe they could with the exception of the MSBS, of course, they really have to patch that. But maybe they could also lower the range a little bit on the ARs, because, for example, I'm looking all these stats up on my computer right now, by the way. For example, the Remington R5, it's still, like, at 49 points of damage until, like, 35 meters, and then it doesn't even drop to its very low 5-shot to kill range until 60 meters. So it's pretty unbalanced. I really think they need to buff the SMGs. And I think if they just buff the SMGs, it would make it more balanced. Or they could just nerf the ARs, one of the two. But they need to fix this because SMGs are really underpowered compared to ARs in this game. And you really notice it if you use SMG and then you put on the AK-12 or something. And the AK-12, I'm just using that as an example because it's a very good close-range SMG in my opinion. That or the Honey Badger, all of these ARs are very close-range. The FAD too. And really could use like an AK-12 or an FAD or a Honey Badger as a more effective SMG than an actual SMG. So yeah, so this is the first episode of this series where I just sort of talk about my problems with Ghost, and I want to sort of put in ways that they could resolve these issues, because I feel like just saying no, 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 this is bad, that's not really very good for anything. I think I really need to like give suggestions, because really then I don't sound like as much of an asshole. So, so yeah, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, like and subscribe if you liked it, and yeah, bye.